Most creative careers aren't remembered in full, they're remembered in highlights. Not because those were the only moments that mattered, but because they're the ones that keep getting retold. On February 8th, 2005, Capcom released Shadows of Rome for the PlayStation 2. It was an ambitious and confrontational action game produced by Keiji Inafune during one of the most experimental periods of his career. Despite that ambition, Shadow of Rome quickly slipped out of the conversation. Inafune's legacy has become remarkably streamlined over time. It's built around an iconic franchise like Mega Man, with ideas so clearly defined that they've come to fit neatly into a single narrative over time. Shadow of Rome complicates that story. It was loud, uncomfortable, and unapologetically specific. A game built around excess, spectacle, and tonal contrast, at a time when Capcom was still willing to pursue ideas that didn't arrive fully polished. And it wasn't meant to be a one off. Early work had already begun on a sequel, but when Shadow of Rome failed to find a large audience, Inafune made the decision to scrap the franchise entirely. What's often forgotten is that the work didn't disappear. Concepts, systems, and lessons from that unfinished sequel were reshaped and carried forward, eventually becoming Dead Rising, a series that did survive, and one that became far more closely associated with his name. That's how creative history usually works. Ideas aren't always remembered where they begin, they're remembered where they finally take hold. A legacy isn't everything someone made, it's what survives the retelling. And that's what makes Shadow of Rome important, not because it defines a career, but because parts of it lived on long after its name faded from memory.